मित्रों, hello friends. I am DNA. I will tell you my story, which consists of the following parts: classical genetics, Mendel's laws, discovery of my DNA structure, related experiments, understanding me, DNA replication and related experiments, from genetics to biotechnology, important discoveries and inventions. Long before my structure was understood, a scientist by name Johann Gregor Mendel experimented on the garden pea Pisum sativum and initiated the study of genetics. He is called as the father of genetics. Genetics, as you all know, is the study of heredity and variation. Mendel experimented on the following 7 contrasting pairs of characters in the garden pea: height of the stem tall dwarf, position of the pod axial terminal, color of the pod green yellow, shape of the pod inflated constricted, shape of the seed round wrinkled, cotyledon color yellow green, seed coat color grey white. And he observed that whatever traits are listed here under the heading dominant, he has observed them in the F1 generation after doing a cross. So, some of the traits were expressed more in number when he counted the progeny. So, he called all those as dominant, and the others which were not expressing in the first generation itself, he called them as recessive. Here is a picture of Gregor Mendel and the edible pea. Here is a picture of a monohybrid cross that shows that cross-pollination has been done between a selected male and female parent, and you are seeing that in the F1 generation a particular color is being expressed and the other color, that is green, is not at all expressing. So this yellow color which is expressing was called as dominant by Mendel, and the green color which skips generation has been called as recessive. Based on his experiments for several years which he did, Mendel generalized his observations into 3 laws. Law of dominance: each character is governed by 2 factors, out of which one is dominant, the other is recessive. Law of segregation: during the formation of gametes, the 2 factors segregate or separate so that each gamete receives only one of the 2. Gamete is pure for the character. Law of independent assortment: the various factors that govern characters are independent of each other and can assort freely so that all possible combinations of characters are obtained in the progeny. Unfortunately, these laws were neglected till 1900. They were rediscovered by de Vries, Correns and Schermach. The next landmark was when Thomas Hunt Morgan experimented on fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster and mapped the chromosomes. It was observed that nucleus has tiny structures called chromosomes, and on the chromosomes genes are present. Thomas Hunt Morgan received the Nobel Prize in 1933 for the discovery of role of chromosomes in the heredity. Classical genetics more worked to understand the basics of heredity. It was rather a stage of learning natural phenomena and peeping a bit into mechanisms involved. However, genes are the units of heredity was a new finding. Before we proceed to my structure, let me tell you about some landmarks that have preceded the discovery of my structure. In 1920, 2 types of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, were discovered by Levin and Jones. In 1928, experiments on mice were conducted by Griffith, which are called as transformation experiments. In 1944, the transforming factor is Me, that is DNA, was discovered by Avery, Micloyd and McCarthy. This is the picture of Watson and Crick. James Dewey Watson, along with Francis Harry Crompton Crick and Maurice Hugh Frederick Wilkins, received the 1962 Nobel Prize in Medicine for the discovery of the double helix structure of Me, that is DNA. Watson and Crick relied upon the recent discoveries of X-ray diffraction pioneered by Rosalind Franklin and Maurice Wilkins. In the spring of 1953, Watson postulated that the essential DNA components, the four organic bases, were linked in discrete pairs. This notion proved to be essential on the scientist's trek to the verge of discovery. Through this research, Watson and Crick achieved a revolution in the modern biology, revealed with the publication of a paper in the British journal Nature in the April-May edition of 1953. The essay outlined their proposed double helix. The paper included a path for the replication of genes, which would later be regarded as the basis of heredity. This is the picture of Rosalind Franklin and Maurice Wilkins, who did experiments on Me with X-ray diffraction methods. See, I am a three-dimensional structure. There are two strands which are interwoven around each other. I am made of sugar phosphate backbone, and you can see me like a ladder, and the lines which appear like steps of a ladder actually are the bonds and the link between two nitrogenous bases of two nucleotides. Here is my structure. You can see that I am made up of a phosphate and a pentose sugar, that is 2-deoxyribose, and I am linked to a nitrogen base there. Sugar, phosphate and nitrogenous base, three together make up what is a nucleotide. And you can also see that adenine and thymine, the two types of nitrogenous bases, are paired with two bonds, and guanine and cytosine are paired with three bonds. The following processes are involved with Me. I produce a copy of myself, which is called as semi-conservative replication. The information that I have is copied onto mRNA, which is called transcription. The above information is genetic code that is present on mRNA is translated and proteins are synthesized. This is called translation. Look at this picture. You can understand that I am a double helix, but I unwind, become single-stranded, and on my strand, a new strand is synthesized, and the daughter duplex will consist of one old and one new strand, which is called as semi-conservative replication of DNA. These are the pictures of Meselson and Franklin Stahl, who have experimentally proved the semi-conservative replication. They have grown E. coli for many generations in a heavy medium with nitrogen 15, N15 heavy medium, and then transported to N14 and grew again, and time to time they have analyzed with the density gradient centrifugation and found out that the daughter duplexes are hybrid, that is, there is one N15 strand, one N14 strand, like that, and it continues. So every time they have found that each duplex is consisting of one old and one new strand. My structure is conserved 50%. So the process has been called as semi-conservative replication. Semi-conservative replication was proposed by Watson and Crick, but was experimentally proved by Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl. The next landmark was the cracking of genetic code by Hargobind Khorana and Nirenberg. They shared the Nobel Prize along with Holle in 1968. All my processes are not very simple. So here you see I require a battery of enzymes and proteins for me to form a copy, and you are able to see that on one of the strand the replication is continuous and on the other it is discontinuous. Here are the photos of Holle, Khorana and Nirenberg, who shared the Nobel Prize in 1968 for the interpretation of genetic code and its function in protein synthesis. I now will tell you about biotechnology. It is the application of biological organisms, systems or processes for manufacturing and services. This definition was given by the British biotechnologists. Biotechnology is the controlled use of biological agents such as microorganisms or cellular components for beneficial use. Here are some important landmarks that have transformed the classical genetics into modern biotechnology. In 1975, E. M. Southern found out Southern blotting technique. In 1977, Maxam and Gilbert and Sanger have given a DNA sequencing method. Kary Mullis invented the PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction technique, in 1983. As technology improves, scientists are able to extract more and more information encoded in genome, and more phenomena concerned about me are being understood for the benefit of all of you. The efforts continue and my story also continues. Dhanyavad doston. There is no end to my story, you see. It continues and continues. We will meet with some more exciting things next time. Bye bye.